Kle Kindergarten presentation on teaching from the Power Zone and interactive engagement. Enjoy.
We had number 2, which was the Power Zone. The most effective teacher position in the classroom is the Power Zone. The Power Zone allows the teachers to be in close proximity to their students. So basically, it's where you are located physically in the classroom. When we are in this zone, students tend to pay more attention. They remember what they learn. You have fewer behavior problems. It makes other teaching strategies work better. And all in all, it leads to a better classroom results.
These are some examples of teaching from the Power Zone. For example, when you're in small groups, you want to have close proximity to your students so that you can monitor their understanding. You can communicate well with all students. You get a personal connection formed with your students. Also, you're able to address behavior problems immediately, right on the spot, and provide immediate feedback to your students while you're in small groups. Sometimes I know we are doing whole groups. These are some examples of teaching from the Power Zone in the whole group. You want to work the room, work in the zone. You are in the midst of your students. You learn by mingling with them, circling about the classroom. You don't want to just stand in one spot. You want to walk around, stopping by their desk or their tables, asking students direct, specific questions. And you want to work within the proximity of your students, and that will maximize learning for everyone. Being in the Power Zone will help you shine as a teacher by being among all of your students. Your students will learn effectively by being close to you. When engaging in this practice, the content is enhanced and made much more powerful. You influence what happens in your own classroom. Being in the Power Zone is very effective because the teacher positions themselves right in the middle of the action.
All right, we're going to sit crisscross applesauce, hands in our lap. Don't lean forward and don't lean back. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so let's go over our morning meeting. Let's start with our days of the week, okay? Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 Great, y'all did so good. Okay, let's start going over our letters and sounds.
Kiddos, today in our guided reading, we have a new story. It's called Sam's Stickers. And remember on our first day of our new story that we are going to do a picture walk. So are we going to be reading the words right now? No, hey, focus. No, we're not reading the words right now. We're just going to be going through and talking about things that we see going on in the story. But before we do that, we are going to review some sight words that you might see in the story, okay? So we're going to go around the table. Red, good job.
Today we are presenting number 3 of the Power of 5. Number 3 is called interactive engagement. Interactive engagement is just about promoting active participation and creating opportunities for students of all ages to apply their knowledge and skills.
Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about examples of interactive engagement that we use in our classroom. My students love to get up out of their seats and move around, so one way that I incorporated this in our room is by a sight word scavenger hunt. So I typed out some of the sight words we were studying and I taped them throughout the room. I had our students stand behind their chairs, we counted to 3, and we walked around until we found a sight word. We put our finger on that sight word, and when everybody had found a word, we ran around and we read them. And our kids love this, and it definitely helped them with learning their words.
All right, I'm doing interactive engagement also, and some things that we like to do in Miss Lincoln's class is I take these little roller coaster cutouts, and they each get their own individual coaster, and then we'll blend words this way. And I know a lot of us do the coaster like big, you know, do it like that. But our kids really like to do the game, kind of like more hands-on. And I really like how it's the green light, yellow light, and then red light for first, medial, and then ending sound. And then for math, ours also really like to build a city, which is, you know, they're all different numbers on here. And they'll take their little link cube blocks and they'll put 8 cubes right here, 4 right here, 6 right here. And anyway, it'll be like a tower, you know, on their desk, and it'll look like a little city. And we'll come around and check to make sure, you know, the numbers are right. And that just helps build their math skills. So yeah, that's what we do. Thanks.
Okay, this is another example of interactive engagement. Class, this week, the letter we're going to focus on is the letter Q. All right, and I'm going to read it aloud.
Qua.
Exactly. Q says qua. All right, so this book is to the tune of Beautiful Dream. Let me hum it here. All right, listen for the Q sound, qua. All right. I'm going to think out loud as I read this book so you can see my thought process, okay? Quilla the queen, oh, how do you do? What can you do that begins with Q? Sit on your bottom. I am the queen of a kingdom that's quiet. Oh, she did her. Quiet.
Queen.
Quiet kingdom. I'm quick at
Nighttime.
quilting. I do it all night.
Teacher, my grandma has a quilt.
That is a quilt.
My grandma has a
Grandma's
quilt.
like a quilt.
Miss Anderson, my mom has one.
I have a quirk that people don't like.
to go potty.
I like to quarrel and get in a fight. Oh no, this queen.
My brother tried to fight me.
She looks mad.
So, she does look mad. Okay. I met a wizard all dressed in black. He changed me quite quickly. And now I just quack.
Quack, quack,
Quack,
quack,
quack,
quack,
quack, quack, quack, quack. Ducks quack, ducks quack.
The end. Okay. Turn to your partner and to the person next to you, to your right. And on your left, just to the person next to you. Okay. I want you to tell me.
I don't have a partner.
Your partner's right there. You may have to be 2 or 3 of you. And just tell me a word that starts with the letter Q. Tell your partner a word that starts with the letter Q.
Queen.
My
Daddy called me queen.
My granny has a quilt. I like it.
Quiet. You be quiet. You have a
Order.
Okay, time's up. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to call on the quietest student who raises their hand and who is sitting in their square.
Me.
And we're going to write our Q words up here, okay? We're not going to call on Miss Georgia, little Georgia there, because she is not raising her hand. Oh, Miss Coates.
But I want to go.
I love how quiet you're sitting, Miss Coates. Can you give me a word that begins with Q?
Quarter.
Quarter. Great job.
I said that.
All right, so let's write it up here. All right. Oh, Miss Trust, I love how sweet you're being, how you're staying in your seat and you're raising your hand. Miss Trust, can you give me a word that begins with Q?
Queen.
Queen. Let's write it up here. All right. You're not sitting correct, dear. All right, Miss Georgia.
Quilt.
Quilt. Now let's write it up here. Okay, great job. So we've got our words up here, all our words that begin with Q. I want you to turn to your partner and I want you to notice something about Q. Q has a best friend. Turn to your partner and tell your letter Q has a best friend. Okay? So if you have a best friend, Miss Georgia, where's your best friend?
Right there.
They're always with you.
Yeah, they're my
Q
friend.
has his best friend with him. Raise your hand if you know.
Her shoes untied, Miss Anderson. Miss Anderson, can you tie
Raise your hand. Miss Trust, I am so proud of you. I love how quiet you're being over here. Miss Trust, you and your partner, did you discuss the letter Q's best friend? What letter do you always see with the letter Q in all these words?
You.
Miss Trust, thank you, Miss Trust. I am so proud of how you're sitting and your response is correct. Your response is correct. Q has a best friend. Every time you see Q, you're gonna see you. His best friend. QU is a combination, and when you have a combination, you put an arc under it. All right? Who knows who Noah is? Okay. God told him to build a boat, right? Okay. So it looks like a boat.
Animals on it.
So Q and U love to go fishing, and they like to be in the boat together. All right. So Q and U. How are we gonna code the combination?
With a smiley face.
With an arc.
An arc.
Put them in a boat.
That's the smile.
They
The
like to
smile
go
of a
fishing in
smiley
a boat,
face.
and it does look like a smiley. Yes,
But
it does.
boat starts with B.
Okay.